Hey everybody, Tom Lenfesti here again with Daily Counsel, joined by Lauren Maxey. Lauren, I know today we're going to touch base on, you've been dealing with, I would call them, additional crisis calls, but really just concerned family members dealing with situations of other loved ones who maybe are in extended care or short-term care that may be moving into a more extended care living situation. And really looking at concerns of what that looks like for the future. What can you kind of tell us about those conversations that you're having and potentially, tools, tips, or resources to help people kind of plan for that?
Yeah, thanks, Tom. It's a tough time. And unfortunately, we are fielding a lot of calls from clients that have concerns about loved ones that are either in rehab or in a nursing facility. And it's tough. It's tough for me not being able to see my parents, and they're just right down the road living in a house here in Fuquay. So I can only imagine how difficult it is to have a loved one in a nursing home or in a rehab facility and not be able to see them. I did hear from one client the other day where she got to see her loved one through a window and at least wave hi and blow kisses. But it's just tough. And a big concern that we're coming across with individuals is, what is this isolation doing to my loved one? And how is it going to affect their care plan? Are they going to decline due to the isolation? And that's a very real concern for many individuals. And so I was chatting with a client the other day, and it kind of gave me the idea for this post, because there's always a concern of mom or dad may not be able to move back home after this. So this individual had a loved one that was in a rehab facility, and it's now looking like they won't be able to move back home. They'll need to go into an assisted living or skilled nursing community. So talking about what to do with the home. There's a lot of misinformation out there. So just very high level, a few things to be aware of when dealing with the home, how to protect it, because it is a very important asset to many, many individuals. Most of our wealth is tied up in our home. So we've got retirement accounts, and the house is a lot of what I look at of the large assets for individuals. So how do we protect that? What do we do? A very common concern that I see voiced from clients is, I don't want the state to take the house. So that is a common kind of misconception or misnomer. But if someone goes on Medicaid, and they receive benefits from the government to help pay for that long-term care, how do we protect the house to make sure that after that person passes away, that essentially the state isn't going to force the sale of that house? There's a lot of moving parts with Medicaid, much more than we want to go into on this short video. But very, very high level things to be aware of is, one, there are tools that we can implement. So there are options to consider. We at NC Planning are big believers that there's not a one size fits all. Every family is different. It's about knowing what the tools are, knowing what your options are. We empower our clients with those options, and then they can make an educated decision on what is best for their loved one. So again, happy to have a call, walk through. But very high level, two main things I always like to stress: do not gift anything, any money, do not gift the house. Do not start gifting stuff out of mom or dad's name for fear that the government's going to come and get it. That may be what we end up doing, but we want to make sure, big picture, you're not shooting yourself in the foot and causing a sanction with Medicaid later. So don't gift until you know that it's safe to gift. And then don't just sell the house thinking, oh, well, I need to sell the house. Again, that could be one of the worst things to do at that point in time. So talking about how it all works, what their picture looks like, being informed with the options on how we can actually save the house. There's a lot of, frankly, easy tools that we can implement to help protect the house for future generations. So give us a call. We're happy to walk through it. Again, knowledge is power. We'll talk about your specific circumstances and how we can help. Happy to do it.
Yeah, I think that's great, Lauren. And I think one of the, there's a couple key pieces. One is even in, this time of crisis right now, everything else, life, healthcare, caring for loved ones continues. It's just under, more challenges sometimes.
Yeah.
Those isolation challenges, how does that impact, the mental and physical health of those individuals, and where does that lead? And the other aspect that I really took from your comments was, overall, there's a lot of things that is, you need to do this, right? If mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, loved one is going into a care facility, you need to gift all the assets. And there is not a one right answer. You can definitely find articles and resources out there that will tell you this is what you need to do. But I know you and the team and your approach is really to understand those elements, make the best decision based on weighing all factors, for somebody to really come to the best end result.
Yep.
And I think that's where I know you guys see a lot of mistakes made, before they come in and see. So preventing those, helping them make the best decision is great. So appreciate everything you and the team does and are continuing to do for people, and to help care for their loved ones now, and then to protect them and their assets going forward. So thanks for everything, Lauren.
Thank you.
All right, guys, we'll see you tomorrow with another Daily Counsel.